You guys know that Dr. Mike Yeadon, former chief scientific officer and respiratory expert at Pfizer for 16 years, completely exposing the whole agenda, and he's desperately calling for society to wake up. Here's the video.
I found when I talked to fellow scientists, often retired scientists or academics, people I grew up with who are now hold chairs in immunology, they would agree with me privately that PCR testing as it was being done was completely nonsense and fraudulent, that the attribution of deaths in the way we've done it is completely stupid. Lockdown clearly was irrational and probably killing lots of people. But the difference was they were not willing to say anything in public because they said it's been intimated that the authorities in the university don't want us to challenge the government narrative or that of its advisors. So we're not. And that's what happened. We ended up with people looking the other way. And the more they looked the other way, the fewer people there were like me. And so eventually I became noteworthy for that bloke that keeps saying things, that scientist that keeps challenging. And then it was quite easy for them to write smear stories about me, call me an anti-vaxxer, suggest I'd lost my mind or gone off the rails because, if you're a viewer, you don't have to listen to me if I'm any of those things. But I assure you I'm none of those things. And the reason I'm commenting is because I believe it's not just my life, but more importantly, that of my children and grandchildren that is being stolen from us by a systematic process of fear and control that's going to culminate in, I think, some very horrible times. And I'm desperate to wake you up. So when your government lies to you once or twice, we're probably quite used to politicians occasionally telling white lies, and we kind of let them. But when they lie to you about something technical, something that you can check, and they do so repeatedly over months, and they do it over many, many elements of the same event, please, you've got to believe me. They're not telling the truth. And if they're not telling the truth, that means there's something else afoot. And I'm here today to tell you that there is something very, very bad happening. And if you don't pay attention, you will soon lose any chance to do anything about it. And don't say you weren't warned, because I've been warning people as long as I can and as hard as I can, that you can still, right now, take your normal society back. You can take it back tomorrow. You don't need masks, they don't work. Forget lockdowns, they never slowed transmission, which took place mostly in institutions like hospitals and care homes. You don't need to be vaccinated by inadequately tested and somewhat dangerous gene-based spike protein inducing proteins, and you don't need to do what you're told by corrupt scientists who are apparently advising our government. If you don't do that in the next few weeks, it will be over. I believe if we get to a point of a so-called vaccine passport, I think you will have lost the chance to take it back and you will regret it.
Yep. So fighting against that vaccine passport is essential